we just want to remove this outlier, then we can perform this feature that looks like a Gaussian only. So similar way, we can also plot these like a joint plots. We will going to be end up, right? So most of the points are lying at this area. I can say up to the mark of this, but after this we have something outliers. I can say these are the outliers which we may not be disclosed these points. So we have to remove it, and then it's going to be reframe it. I mean reform it. So similarly, we have the points which we are going to ignore, right? So these points may be accepted sometimes, may not be accepted sometimes. In terms of the NLP context, which we are going to be include sometimes, okay? So which may not be going to always remove. Outliers may be in terms of numerical way of thinking, it will be removed or it will going to be include whenever the cases are like if you have the large number of the points in your data, that will be acceptable to remove it. Okay, at that time we will also going the flow. So similar way pair points uh, by using this data set. So here you can also find some of the outliers which we are going to be see, and these are the just bar plots to ended up with what exactly the range. Yeah, this is the exact meaning of that average rating, right? So here we can also perform something called strip plots. Strip plot will going to be help us by using what exactly the target variables. So if you want to perform something by using target variables, strip plot will going to be help us. Like we have the strip plot, inside that function you have to use whatever the target variable. So suppose we want to perform what exactly the game type is. So we are just using the what exactly playing time. So this is the y-axis is the playing time, and the x-axis under whatever the type we have in that game data set. So inside that we have two things, like a broad game and a broad game expansion. So here we are going to get the results. So it is completely versus, right? Broad game versus broad game expansion. Whatever the whatever the values lie inside the broad game and whatever the values inside the broad game expansion, it may not be accepted because some of the outliers lie in between the broad game but may not be lying between the broad game expansion. It's like a not correlation between these two. This feature may not be acceptable in the real world because of the constraints of no outliers issue, right? For a playing with the time. Similarly, you can also plot a region plots. So the region plots which tell about the this is exact this I can say density of the plot, density of the line equation. So what is the exact density you have to get from the scatter plots? It's going to give us here just we are taking less than of the 500 points. If you take the all the points, it's going to be very dense when compared to, like you can see these points we may not be visible, right? We cannot see it, but here you can see some of the points are lying and some of the points are very dense also, looks like a line. So this line is going to give as the I can say combination of all these points. So that's how you have to plot some of the plots by using the pandas and NumPy. So these are just to showcase. If you want more on that, you have to directly go to the NumPy and pandas, I can say, because that will gives us the basic intuition what exactly the documentation is going to be looks like. Uh, so here you will find some of the details like plotting also. So whenever you go into something called creating the plottings, so you will find some of the details here. Like this is the date time features. Like here we are getting something called the sine waves and cos waves. It is something called time series, right? Time series, by using whatever the date time we have, by using that you will get some of the details. So this is scatter plot, which you already seen. Just to import by using the libraries which we have. So this is the something very different, like a box plot. This is going to be tell us how much percentage of the points lie between these two. How exactly we have to learn it, right? So this is the 25th percentile, and this is the 50 percentile, and this is 75th percentile. So remaining all these points are outliers here. We can also see outliers by using this box plot, and something called as IQR, which we are going to see in the outlier detection part. And how do we can tackle that outlier also, we have to see in the couple of the sessions. But at the time we encounter these outliers by using the box plot is also the very good observation. Yeah, something called this plot. We can also perform various plots. I can say it's all about you, how much time efforts to do these things. But future interaction and future variability, something called future extraction also, because like I said, right, day of the week and the day of the hour, you have to extract it. So some of the features, so that it will be helpful in terms of the ED analysis, what exactly you want to give, something called visual perspective, right? So you can perform these examples and these results in the documentations also. So they will provide something very good documentations in Pandas and the Matplotlib. I can say